Okay. Can you guys see / hear me? There's always a problem. Let me know if you can see / hear me. Hi. Okay, cool. So I was just thinking I would do this random ass stream just because I haven't been live on here in a very long time. Oh my God, the chat. I wanted to talk to you guys, but the chat is a little bit out of control, to say the least. Damn. It's been a while since I've done this. And last time I feel like I had 100,000 subscribers less. And so the chat was not this wild. So I just filmed a video and it will be up tomorrow morning. And I'm really sorry for going over a week this time without uploading. I've had kind of a crazy week. And this is a blanket, by the way. It's not like clothing or anything. It's just freezing. Okay, let me try to answer questions. I'm seeing questions, but they're moving really fast. But I feel like if everyone asks questions, okay. I'm just gonna have to scroll up. Rex Deadpool says that he learned how to suck his own dick recently. Love that for you. Blair White and Drunken Peasants streaming at the same time. Which should I go to? You're already here, so you might as well stay. Where can I find you with Lauren Southern? If you mean watch something with both of us, I was on her show Standoff a few weeks ago, and I assume it's still up. And I would take my glasses off. For those of you that don't know, I am legally blind. So if I don't have my glasses, I won't be able to read what any of you are saying. So if there's a glare, I'm sorry, but such is the life with glasses. I also wish I could listen to music right now because I'm like, everything's so quiet. But I know that YouTube will get mad at me if I have music playing. No, it's not an engagement ring. Everyone asked if this is an engagement ring. It's not. Opinion on Tomi Lahren. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, right? Tomi Lahren. I agree with Tomi on a lot of stuff. Some stuff I don't. She gets a lot of hate. I don't think it's necessarily warranted, but I can understand why she does because her presentation is so icy and she's not very relatable. I think that people kind of assume she's like the devil because of the way she presents herself. But I think that's just kind of her style. I think people just have a hard time seeing through that. And of course, people vehemently disagree with what she says, which is another reason why people hate her. But other than that, I think it's her presentation. Stance on PewDiePie versus the media. I tweeted about it a little bit. Obviously, I think it's ridiculous. Every week there's a new Nazi. Last week it was Milo. This week it's PewDiePie. You guys know people have called me all kinds of stuff like that. White nationalist, racist, Nazi. Obviously that's, comes with the territory at this point of being an online creator and not being a leftist. Yeah, maybe we can have some people come in here. I just don't know who to ask, Have I heard of Razor Fist? No, I have not. Tana and iDubbbz? Okay, we can talk about that. So the thing with Tana Mongeau and iDubbbz, I watched iDubbbz's video of her and I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was the most beautiful takedown I've ever seen. And I aspire to do that amount of just savage takedowniness. I think she's 18 and she experienced, you know, if you want to call it fame, being on YouTube, and she experienced getting a lot of money. Yes, I am on Snapchat. My Snapchat is I'm Blair White. But she experienced a lot of that really quickly. And I think it got to her head, as it would with a lot of people, 18 or not. But I think especially if they're that young. And, you know, how many stories can you really tell as a storytime YouTuber before you have to exaggerate or lie? And so it makes sense why she'd eventually would get caught. So I don't know. I don't hate her or anything. I was never a fan either. I just thought it was dumb that she thought slavery was like 90 years ago. That was tragic. Say nigger. Do I sound sickly? I think I am a little bit sick. How do I feel about being on Twitter's top 10 most wanted conservatives? I'm actually number 11. I'm not top 10. But, you know, I don't know if that list is verified, if it's real. It wouldn't surprise me, though. Am I getting tired of the topic of social justice? I was getting tired of it before Trump's election, but now I feel like it's stronger than ever, and I'm more inspired to combat it. Couldn't add me on Snapchat. Why? Shane keeps saying he loves you. I love Shane, you guys. Okay, I'm talking about Shane Dawson. We can just have a little talk about Shane Dawson moment. I have never met someone so nice in my life. And that sounds like such a, you know, a huge statement, like the nicest person I've ever met. But Shane Dawson was the nicest person I've ever met in my life. He made me feel really comfortable because when I went on his show, I had never done anything like that, you know, that official of a setup. And so when I was in the hair and makeup room getting ready to go on, he came in and talked to me. And we were just like dying laughing right off the bat, totally hit it off. So Shane is my friend and I really like him. And a lot of people got after me when he had that whole Tommy Lahren thing, and people thought that I shouldn't have defended him. But I mean, it's easy to say that when it's not your friend. But it was a situation involving my friend, so I'm protected with my friends. What can I tell you? The chat is insanely fast. I can't. I really want to take my glasses off. Sky Williams. You know, I don't know much about Sky Williams. I'm seeing him more, but I don't know much about him. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Oh, this chat. And it's getting worse. This is just like the first 5 minutes. Invite Margaret McLennan and that guy T. I would, but I feel like I'm just like a little too lazy to go DM them. Maybe I should demonetize this video so that I can play music, because everything is so quiet on my end. I'm just like, yes, I am a little bit sick. If you're one of the only YouTubers I can take seriously anymore, don't take me too seriously. My channel is pretty ridiculous if you really think about it. Like, look at my last video. Triggered trannies. Like, really? Sometimes my videos are more serious, but I'm not exactly the most serious YouTuber. I'm no Sargon. Let's put it that way. Do I like Trisha Paytas? I like Trisha Paytas. I think her videos are fucking wild, and I want to know how real they are. You know, they're like somewhat fake, but you know, they're entertaining if I ever want to go and see what she's doing. Thoughts on Ben Shapiro? Ben Shapiro is so, he's another one of those conservatives that's really icy. He's not like a Milo where he has a personality that's vibrant, relatable, silly, whatever. And it makes me really want to hug him, Ben Shapiro. I feel like I want to hug him and just, you know, maybe pick him up. I feel like he's kind of short. No, I think he's like 1 inch taller than me because I'm 5'5". Yeah, I'm scrolling up to slow down the chat because I can't deal with it. How do you feel about Steven Crowder? I like Steven. I don't really watch him. I know we've had like little Twitter spats before, but I don't mind him. Hunter Avalon thoughts? I'm not a fan of Hunter Avalon, obviously. I don't really like people who message you and try to be nice and then talk bad about you in videos. That's just, you know, how I feel. That would be like me, you know, messaging Shu and being like, hey girl, what's up? As I do all the time. And then making a video being like, you know, Shu's really fucking annoying. Like, okay, fake. What do you think of Rob Dyke? I really like Rob Dyke. He's like one of my closer YouTube friends and we text all the time. Love Joe Rogan. I would go on his podcast for sure. Yes, I still am planning on going to St. Louis, and I'm considering a meetup. Considering it. I'll be in St. Louis mid-March, and I'll also be in San Francisco at the end of this month, and then the beginning of March, I'll be in LA. A lot of traveling all of a sudden. I'm going to San Francisco to see my best friend and just hang out with him for a weekend or so. And then I'm going to LA the next weekend for an appointment, just to say that. And then in St. Louis to visit to in-laws and maybe do a meetup. I'm not sure. I haven't had the best experience with meeting subscribers. I know that sounds like mean or something, but I just like haven't. Sometimes I'm just like too trusting of people and they end up being a little bit creepy. Thoughts on Armored Skeptic? Love Armored Skeptic. St. Louis Six Flags. That would be a cool meetup idea. If like we all went to Six Flags in St. Louis, I would do that. That'd be dope. Am I going on the Dave Rubin show again? I assume at some point I will. I was supposed to do an inauguration stream a couple weeks ago with him, and my power went out that morning, and so I couldn't do it. And he said he'll have me on for a regular interview soon. So maybe. Who knows? Love Dave Rubin, by the way. Andy Worski. Love Andy. If you guys didn't know, me, Andy Worski, Mr. Repsion, and Jeff Holiday are putting together a podcast with the four of us. We're still thinking of a name and getting all the tech stuff out of the way, but I think next month we're going to start doing a weekly podcast with the four of us. Because if you watched the Onision stream we did a while back, everyone wanted more. So we're going to give you more. What do I think about the whole A Day Without Immigrants thing? I think it's interesting how immigrants and women are suddenly striking and not going to work. exactly fighting that stereotype that white men run the world. How long have I been growing my hair for? I've been growing my hair for, I trim it every now and then. 3 or 4 years, but I also wear extensions just to give thickness. My real hair is like here, but then of course it goes down. So I do have a little bit of length added with extensions. I've been exposed. Okay. Chris Worski? I've never heard of Chris Worski. Am I going back on Shane's podcast? Not that I know of. Nope. It was intense going on that thing. I don't know if I even want to do it. I don't want to do it again because Shane is so cool and the conversation was really good, but I don't know. Getting off the plane and like rushing to the place and doing your hair and makeup within an hour, it's not really me. Do I like Paul Joseph Watson? Yes, I do like him. Have I talked to Roaming Millennial? No, we've never talked. I'm pretty sure we follow each other, but we've never talked. I don't know much about her. My lip color is Caramello or Caramello by Stila. I don't think Shane is careful with his words. I think he's very non-PC and he gets a lot of like shit because of it. You know what? I think I can take my glasses off if I make like the text bigger on the screen because the glare is like annoying me every time I look at it. Let me see. I'm still so blind. I still can't see it. Okay. Glasses have to go on. They are kind of problem glasses. Mark Dice. Never talked to him. Never. You're on camera a little bit, so don't walk by naked. Okay. Like when you walk through the door, you're on. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go to the gym at 9.
Well, I was going to go like right now. I figured you weren't going to go.
Why are you going right now?
Because I thought you were going to edit or something.
Oh, no, I do have to edit. I can't go. Sorry. Why? You guys saw him in the reflection in my glasses. You guys are fucking crazy. I'm like, we saw him in the reflection of your glasses.
You want to show him right in?
No. What's in that box beside the table? Let's find out. Bracelets, a lighter, a necklace, and a random cap to something that I don't know what it is. So I throw it on the ground. I'm the messiest person, you guys. It's horrible. What is my laptop doing? It's not letting me click back onto the damn screen. Shit, you guys. Oh, there we go. Life or pro-choice? It's very complicated. My whole life I've kind of gone back and forth. I think I'm leaning towards pro-life now, but not strict pro-life. I understand that there are cases in which the right decision is to have an abortion when it comes to health, when it comes to instances of incest, rape, etc. That's just where I'm leaning now. How do I get my lips so matte? Just use a matte lipstick. Thoughts on marijuana? Not the hugest fan of marijuana doing it, that is. I do it every once in a while. Do marijuana. I smoke weed every once in a while, but it's only when I really want to like get my life and, that kind of thing. Okay. So what are you guys' suggestions if I want to open this up for people to join? Like, how would I choose who comes in? Do I just like tweet the link and whoever gets in first gets in first? Like, what do I do? I just don't know what to do. No, because if I just tweet it for anyone to come in, there could be like, I don't want to get in trouble because someone, does something crazy on my channel. My mouse, for some reason, is so stupid right now. Do you guys want me to bring in Margaret McLennan? I can message her. Someone said she's down to join. Maybe she isn't. Do I have a full-time job? YouTube is my full-time job currently. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you'd prepare for beforehand, but I just got done filming tomorrow's video and I was super bored. So I just wanted to check in with you guys because I feel like I've never, and I should be sometimes. Everyone wants me to bring in Shu. I feel like Shu is so shy. She probably wouldn't want to come on spontaneously. Tomorrow's video, I'm not going to say exactly what it's going to be about, but it will save the white race. I'll just say that. I'm a joke. Worst part of being trans? Probably just knowing that if you ever have kids, it's going to be in a super unconventional way and it'll cost a lot of money and be very stressful to, work to achieve that. That kind of sucks. But, if you want something to happen, you'll make it happen. So I'm not tripping too hard. No, I didn't freeze my sperm before I transitioned. So that ship has sailed. But I think kind of the best option for me, other than adoption, having a husband and getting a surrogate so that the father would at least be, you know, biologically attached to the child. How do I feel about Jaclyn Glenn? I like Jaclyn. She's sweet. She's tried it a couple times in the past, but she's sweet. And she voted for Hillary, which, you know, but she's nice. I like her. Thoughts on religion? I grew up in like a culturally Christian household, you know, celebrating Christmas. Although I guess that's not really culturally Christian. That's just an American thing. And my family went to church and stuff. And when I was young, they had me go to church. It was just never something that I connected with for whatever reason. And I know a lot of people group me in with the atheists on YouTube. Not exactly sure why. To my understanding, before I came on YouTube, a lot of the people talking about what I talk about, which is social justice, they used to do atheism videos, right? Well, I was only, you know, I've only been on here for a year. So I was never doing those type of videos. And I've never been passionate about atheism. And it's not even that I'm an atheist. I'm just not. It's just never been a part of my world, talking about religion and stuff. Never been important to me. It's kind of like a live and let live thing for me. Believe what you want. Just don't throw me off a roof. Chris Reagan. I've never really seen his videos. I've probably seen one or two. And they were funny. But I've never talked to him, if that's what you're asking. Thoughts on Jeffree Star? He has me blocked on Twitter. That's the first thought that comes to my head. Let's see. Who has me blocked on Twitter? Jeffree Star. Bailey J has me blocked on Twitter. Not sure why. I've never talked to her. But one day I went to invite her to a stream on my channel, and she had me blocked. Thoughts on Elle Bradford? Me and Elle were friends for a while. She hit me up on YouTube because she liked my content and I thought she was super cool. So we started talking and I shared really personal stuff with her. And then out of nowhere, she like spurred out on me over a political difference after she had like for months told me she hates people who do that, who like end friendships over political differences. But then she did all of a sudden and like really like attacked me very viciously and then deleted her tweets. So we're not friends. Philip DeFranco. I like Philip DeFranco. To be honest, I don't really watch his videos just because, I don't know, I just don't. But I'm sure they're great. And we follow each other on Twitter. And I message him when I need like YouTube advice and stuff. And he's always been really helpful. So. Thoughts on Richard Spencer? He's subscribed to me on YouTube and likes my videos, which I find interesting. Never would have suspected that. Jim Norton. Someone said Jim Norton's a big fan of you. He's not really a fan. We're actually friends. I like Jim. We text sometimes, and he's a funny guy. And I thought it was so funny how Onision included Jim Norton liking my tweet in his video where he called me like a cunt 15 times. I thought it was the like cherry on top of just an amazing cake. The fact that my friend was Onision's favorite comedian and that my friend hates Onision. It's beautiful. Was sex as a girl for the first time weird? No. Nope, not at all. Do I use Discord? I always have problems when I try to use Discord. I guess I'm a fucking grandma, but I can never get it to work exactly how I want it to. Thoughts on Magdalene Byrne and TERFs? I think TERFs are funny. To me, they're just a more extreme version of a feminist. They take the whole hating men thing to such an extreme that they hate trannies and think trannies are going to rape them. I think it's funny because, you know, they love like dropping truth bombs on you to say that you'll always be biologically male. Yeah, I know that. I'm the first one to say that. That's kind of the point of transitioning. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to read the chat at the moment. Yeah, the chat is ridiculous. This is pretty difficult. Show your feet. No. Thoughts on Onision body shaming Shane Dawson? I didn't know he did that. I've seen that he makes videos about Shane pretty regularly, which obviously I don't like because I like Shane and I hate Onision, so. If I was single, would I date a 37-year-old single dad of 3? I mean, look, if you fall in love with someone, everything else falls by the wayside. But I don't think my ideal situation would be someone that much older than me or who has 3 kids, if I'm just going to be honest. I don't think I'm exactly, you know, ready to be a stepmom. Plus, I feel like people who date people that much older, that must suck when you're, you know, say you're with them until old age. They're going to die so much sooner than you, and you're going to live out your days being alone. It's so sad. I'm 23. I'm gay and a Republican who's attending an incredibly liberal UC. Got any tips for being constantly surrounded by hate for my political views? Yes. My advice, because I can relate, I've been to school and I understand, you know, the heavy amount of biases that exist. And my advice is just to tough through it. And if you have to bullshit a paper and agree with the teacher, just do it, because what's going to really matter is what you do when you get out, and you want your degree above all. So it sucks and you have to swallow your pride. But if you have to write a bullshit paper about white privilege, just do it. I actually failed a class last year. I was forced to take a cultural studies class because of my major. And we had to take it's that test that Sargon's done a video on where you determine how much privilege you have, or no, it was you determine your bias against people of other races by the test, by looking at pictures of Black people and Mexican people and Asian people. And basically we had to write a paper about our thoughts after taking that test. And I like laid into my teacher in the paper and I told her I disagreed with her having us do that assignment and that it was a bullshit, unscientific test. Yeah, the implicit biases test. And I failed the entire class because of that paper. So don't do what I did. You still want your degree, okay? Degrees are worthless nowadays. Okay, well, you can think that, but if you're in school and you pay the money, you at least want your fucking degree. So just, unless it goes too far, in which case, report it or something, but.
I'm gonna go to the gym, okay?
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
Bye. I wasn't saying bye to you guys. I was saying bye to James because he's going to the gym. I should be going to the gym, but I have to edit. Thoughts on Riley Dennis. You guys know my fucking thoughts on Riley Dennis. And if you don't, you probably just got to this channel and have only watched like one video. Favorite drag queen? Maybe Adore Delano. I'm not really into drag queens, but I know about Adore. Are traps gay? Sometimes. Definitely sometimes. I mean, would you feel gay fucking Riley Dennis and groping his Adam's apple? I don't know. You tell me. Thoughts on Nicole Arbor? I don't think she's as bad as people make her out to be, but I do think she's annoying. I just think people make her out to be like the most annoying person on the internet, which I don't think is the case. Is Chico State a horribly liberal college? I know Chico is, but Butte County at large is not. It's interesting because this is a red county, and so you wouldn't expect it to be that bad. But because it is also a college town, there's, plenty of insane liberals, unfortunately. It's very hard to meet people my age who aren't just completely to the left. Moderates are almost more rare than conservatives here. Not that I want to be friends with like a bunch of conservative people or right-leaning people. It's just that it would be nice to have some like diversity in who you meet. But unless my friends are going to be, 40-year-olds, unfortunately, there's not many. Invite that girl into the stream. Who's that girl? I'm that girl you can't shut up. Why don't I wear bright lipstick? I don't like bright lipstick. I used to. I'm sure you all have seen the photos. I used to wear crazy pink lipstick all the time, but I'm just not into it anymore. Is there anyone in the anti-SJW community who you don't like? Let me think. Not really. I mean, there's people I don't watch because I don't particularly enjoy their videos, but there's no one that I'm like, oh, fuck that person. I don't like that person. It's not like that. The story behind my wrist tattoo? Teenage regret is the story behind my wrist tattoo. Okay. Anthony Fontano thoughts. I might have butchered his last name. Anthony Fontano. I don't know, but he's really nice, and we've talked a few times, and I like him. So I'm sorry if I got his name wrong. Hold on a second. My laptop needs to be plugged in. Why do I avoid talking about Hunter Avalon? I don't. I talked about him a minute ago. Oh, I think my internet went out. The chat stopped all of a sudden. Oh, no, it didn't. There's just like a glitch with the chat. That sucks. Let me try to, oh, there it is. Okay. I know, I feel like a chatterbait girl right now. Except you guys can't give me money. I've been seeing that though lately, that people, you can like give money during a stream on YouTube. I don't know how to set that up though. Probably should have done that before I started this. Oh well. How close are you and June as friends? Shoe on head. Ah, the fucking camera went blurry. That's not, oh, that's annoying. How do I fix it? There has to be a way to fix it. Okay, let me just try like unplugging it or something. Oh, there we go. Fixed. Okay, how close are you and June as friends? I mean, we're not like best friends calling each other every night, but as far as my YouTube friends go, she's definitely up there. Blur white. PewDiePie roasted Onision? I did not know that. Have I ever gotten dirty looks or confronted / attacked by liberals in person? I've definitely had my fair share of like real life backlash because of what I do. I've lost a lot of friends. A lot of friends. Just put it that way. I've lost a lot of friends. I did have one altercation once, and I've told this story a couple times, but not in a video, so you might not have heard it. I was in a class last year, and there was this girl in the class, and she had seen my videos, and this was when I first started, which was so weird because I think last January when this happened, I think I only had like 15,000 subs or something. So it was random, but she wanted to talk to me after class about my videos, and I did. And it turned into her just like yelling at me. It was very ill. Am I still planning on doing merch? Yeah, I am. I'm talking to a couple different artists right now about doing merch designs. And I have some really funny designs too. I want to do funny shirts because I feel like it's whack to just have like a Blair White shirt. Like I want it to be funny and not even necessarily, you know, obvious that it's a Blair White shirt, you know? Do I get recognized in real life? Sometimes. I was in the LA airport back in October, and one of my subscribers was there. And then one time, super random, I was in this little grocery store in Fort Bragg, California, which is a very small, like nothing little town that you would never expect anyone to recognize you in, I guess. And someone recognized me and my boyfriend in Safeway over there. And then there's been like stuff at bars, but I also don't leave the house much. So I don't really know, you know, how much I would get recognized. Did I do something to make my butt bigger? No. Should I? Yeah, I'm in Chico, California. Have I ever been in a fight before? Yes, I've been in a few as a kid. I'm sure it's not shocking to you guys to hear that I cannot fight. Did I get lip injections? Yes, I did. Someone said the chat is moving so fast that no one will notice that I'm gay. I noticed, and you're gay. Laura Jane against me. Thoughts on her? I really love Against Me, and I've always been a fan of Against Me. Yeah, I'm a fan. Politically, very different than me, but I'm a fan of her music. Their music, the band. Thoughts on Leafy's crush on you? Yeah, Leafy is here, tweeted that he wanted to fuck me. So, you know, that was wild. Most cancerous BuzzFeed video you've seen? Probably the Dear White People video. Wait, that was MTV. I don't know. It all ends up being the same, feeling the same. Do I use a waist trainer or is that just the hormones? It's just hormones. Why did I pick the name Blair? It just kind of came to me. I knew I wanted something with one syllable because, I don't know, my last name is one syllable, so I thought it'd be, you know, but I think Blair fits me really well. I couldn't imagine being anything else. Have I had a boob job? No, I have not. Hormones. Worst subscriber experience in real life? I've had one that just tops everything, and it's what makes me nervous to do like meetups and stuff, but I'm still going to do it because I know that not everyone is like the person that I, you know, had an experience with. But I did meet one subscriber who kind of like crossed some boundaries. So that was the worst one. I won't go into detail, but there was one, and it was kind of a big deal. And I'm not sensitive. You guys know that. And I'm not like, not going to freak out over sexual jokes or even being like flirted with, but it was a line that was very clearly crossed. So. Do I wear wigs? No, I do not. I've never worn a wig in my life. Well, that's not true. I'm pretty sure I've worn them just for fun, but I've never worn them unironically. Why is there always someone that says like, come to Brazil? I feel like the Brazilians really love for like people to come there. Thoughts on Gigi Gorgeous? I like her channel. For a while, I was really like not liking her because after Trump won, she spread some stupid shit about trans kids killing themselves out of depression all of a sudden, like in mass because of Trump. And I didn't like that because it was unsubstantiated and it was just bullshit. But I've kind of gotten over it because she's not a political channel, and I do like her videos, which I find they're very much about escapism and just being glamorous, which, you know, has its draws. And I watched her documentary recently. Me and my boyfriend watched it together, and her documentary is really good. Thoughts on the Blair White Stans group chat? Love the Blair White Stans group chat. Would I ever go to the East Coast? Yes, I would. New York is definitely on the agenda in the next, before summer. I'm bi. Is it weird that I prefer chicks with dicks? I don't think it's weird. Everyone has their preferences. I mean, I guess comparatively it's weird, but who cares? Thoughts on Blair White? Fucking hate her. So can I tell you guys what is like coming up in my life, in my online stuff? So tomorrow's a new video, which I like tomorrow's video and I hope you guys watch it, obviously. But other than that, I'm going to be doing merch soon. And like I said, I'm going to do like a lot of funny shirts. They're not going to be like Blair White written across the damn shirt because I think that's corny. I'm going to do like fun designs. And then other than that, I don't know if I can talk about it, but I did post about it on Facebook, on my personal Facebook. I have a feature in like a really popular established magazine coming up that I'm really excited about. Because I know like print is dead, all that shit, but I don't know. It's just a cool opportunity to work with a magazine that's been around for so long, that's so established. So I'm excited for that. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but the interview questions are being sent to me in a couple days. So yeah. A meetup in Chico would be low key and fun. Yeah, it would be. Maybe I'll do one. I don't have a lot of people that message me that are from here. So, but if you email me or something and I get like an idea of how many people I could actually meet up with, or even if it's one person, I've actually met up with a subscriber here in Chico before and it was fun. We went to the bar and yeah. Don't know when the merch will come out because I'm getting designs from different artists. If you are an artist and you think that you can make, you know, cool shirts for me or a cartoonist of any sort, definitely email my business email. I am paying well for it because I find that it's important to pay artists. And yeah, so once I get the shirts locked down and I'm happy with them, then I'll release them. I was supposed to get a call from District Lines today, the company that I would host it with, about opening the store. And they didn't call me. So I might have to look for a different place, but it'll be coming out, and it's a project I am excited about. My business email is on my channel. I'm not gonna, like, in my channel info, I'm not gonna say it just because there might be like a flood of emails all of a sudden, but, and having said that, I'm sure there will be now. Cool. Do I own any guns? No, but I want to own a gun. Oh my God. Pick one, turning back into a man or having sex with Onision. That is a fucked up question. Ugh. Fuck. I guess I'm going to be a man again. I'm not fucking Onision. Thoughts on Steph Sinjadi? That's another person I'm pretty opposed to politically, but I think she seems like a sweet person. So I'll say that. Do I ever watch Stefan Molyneux's videos? No, not really, but I know of him. And nothing against him, just don't watch his videos. Thoughts on Lauren Southern? I love Lauren. Lauren's great. Lauren's always been supportive of my channel, and she's really cool. Oh my God. What do I think of my younger viewers? I love them. It's really funny because I was in my Patreon hangout. I do a monthly Patreon hangout with people who, support me on there. And there was a mom in there, and she brought like her really young daughter in to say hi to me. And she was so young. And it just makes me more aware of like the things I say in my videos, like joking about tranny dick and all the things I say that are so not for kids. Thoughts on Shane getting kicked out of Tomi Lahren's party? Listen, I wasn't there. I know what Shane has told me, which is that he regrets starting that war with Tomi because it wasn't necessarily her. And yeah, I don't know. I know that the day after that happened, I had a message from Shane and he was really upset. And because he's not like a drama YouTuber, he's not into the drama. So I'm glad they moved on from it. Do I shop at Aritzia or Artesia? No, clearly I don't. I can't even say it. Why do ladyboys always have huge cocks? I don't know. I've never noticed, but then again, I haven't seen many of them, so I'll take your word on that. Shop at Anorexia? Yes. Thoughts on Keemstar? I think he follows me. Don't know much about him. He's like one of those drama YouTubers, right? Okay, I'm gonna check my Twitter just to see what's going on there in case I need to be aware of something. Oh, I think Margaret McLennan's gonna come in. I have a DM from her. I just gave her the link for her to come in. So maybe Margaret will come in. Have I had facial surgery? No, I have not. Thoughts on Scarce? Don't know much about him. I've learned of him because he made a couple of videos talking about me. They weren't bad. He made like nice videos. Well, not nice videos, but in different videos talking about different stuff to do with me. So he's cool. Have you guys noticed this pattern that I don't know about people and like other YouTubers until they follow me, like even really huge ones? Because I'm not, even though I love YouTube and I love doing YouTube, I'm not the hugest YouTube watcher for whatever reason. There are certain people who I watch like every video that they have, but other people I just don't really know about, even if they're huge. Like, I'm not even kidding. Until probably like 6 months ago, I didn't know who PewDiePie was, and he's the hugest YouTuber there is. Do I know Shuan Head in person? No, we've never met in real life, but that would be cool. And we've talked about it, and if I'm ever in New York, I'm sure we will. Fuck, marry, kill. Milo, Onision, and Trump. That's such an easy one. Okay. I would fuck Milo because he's the most attractive, even though I'm not nearly black or flat tested enough for him, but I would fuck him. And then I would kill Onision, obviously. And I'd marry Trump because he's rich. That was probably the easiest fuck, marry, kill of my life. Thoughts on Ben Shapiro's views on transgenderism? We actually don't agree. We don't disagree on much. However, I think he takes a little bit too much of a black and white view on it. That's my only real thought. Don't disagree on much. He doesn't seem to be very much of an authoritarian on the issue, which I respect, because some people, when it comes to that issue, are definitely authoritarians. Thoughts on Roman Millennial? I think that she's gorgeous. Like, truly gorgeous. Thank you, Alyssa. White chicks or mean girls? Definitely mean girls.
Hello, hello.
Is Margaret here?
Yes, I am. I was just about to start streaming. I just started a new Twitch channel, but this is better. This is a great way for me to advertise. So.
Okay,
and
just
say hi to
right
you too, but you know.
Just come right with it, honey. Use me. Just kidding. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to juggle everything. I just built myself a new computer. So I have my new computer here and my laptop here, and nothing is really synced yet. So.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah, it was great.
You everything. Oh, my God. By the way, I'm sorry I haven't responded to your message on Facebook yet. I've seen that you sent it. I've just been like super busy all day.
Okay.
But I will get back to you. What are your thoughts on Tana Mongeau? Have you been following all that? Because everyone's asking me about her.
On my what?
On Tana Mongeau? Your thoughts on her?
I must have missed this. What is
you don't know?
Moja?
Oh my God. Yeah, don't go down the hole. There's no reason to.
Really? Yeah. Phrasing.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone should subscribe to Margaret's channel. What's your link, Margaret?
I just started a new Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/yesmargaret. I wanted an excuse to play more Overwatch, so that's what I'm going to do. But my Twitter is Margaret's Belly. But all my links are on my website, yesmargaret.com. Everything's up in the air. I have 50 million things worth of things right now.
Yeah, you can find her, Margaret McLennan.
The blonde one.
Yeah. Thoughts on Donald Trump's press conference? What are yours?
I thought it was absolutely amazing. I would pay money to watch it again. I was working, so I only like half listened to it, but it was absolutely fantastic. I feel like I'm watching a new Charlemagne. I'm pretty sure that Trump is going to be a bigger figure in this like last 150 years than almost anyone, you know, including Hitler.
I agree with that. Do you think the perception of him will change over time to something more positive. Because what I find is, in my lifetime, I've experienced George Bush, Obama, and now Trump. And I remember when I was young, even I picked up on the fact that George Bush was hated so heavily by so many people. But now that there's been some distance on it and there's been some time that has passed, I feel like there's almost this like not nostalgic like view of Bush, but people are kinder to him these days. And they're like, oh, I remember Bush. He wasn't that bad. Do you think that will ever change for Trump, or will he always just be hated?
When Saddam Hussein died, before he died, he said, he said, you're going to hate me for a very long time. He said, but in 400 years, if you read the history books about me, it's just going to be positive things. And I think we're almost at that point, even with him, that, oh, shoot, maybe that asshole was probably a better idea to have him, in the Middle East than the carnage that's going on right now. I think that Trump, in 400 years, that's when we're really going to be able to see the good coverage of him. But until then, it's just going to be fighting and fighting and fighting.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely represents a cultural turning point. I'll say that. That won't be forgotten. Let's see.
It was so much fun. It was very high energy.
Very much. Let's see. Thoughts on Steven Crowder. I've already said that I don't mind him, despite past Twitter bouts. Obama made me miss Bush. Interesting. I remember it's funny because the first person I've ever voted for in my life was Donald Trump, because that's just where my head was at. But if you would have told me that 2 years ago, that I would be voting Republican for one and for Trump for two, I would have laughed you out of the room, because I was definitely so different for.
He's great. He's barely a Republican. He's the Trump party. We have the Democrats and the GOP.
He is barely a Republican. Yeah. And I don't think he's infallible. I think some of the stuff he does is dumb, but some of the stuff he tweets, sometimes I'm like, it's just better if you stop. But then sometimes it's very much warranted.
I still can't believe his schedule. The only thing that ever messages me on my phone, I've cut off all contact with everyone except for Donald Trump. It's the only thing that sends messages. But he'll be up later than me, and he'll be up earlier than me all the time. And he's way more than twice my age. I don't know how the man does it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, even on the campaign trail, just when you compared him to the amount of events that Hillary did, there was just no comparison.
It's wild. How much do you think he sleeps every night?
Maybe 2 to 3 hours. I'm not sure, which can't be healthy at all, but I assume that kind of is standard with being a president too.
There must be something good and wrong with him. He just never sleeps. He'll be up until like 1, I think, when he was playing golf with the Japanese leader the other day. Like, he was up until like 2 in the morning, and then he was up tweeting again at 7 in the morning. It's just a wild schedule. Makes
I wonder
me feel
if
very lazy.
I wonder if he drinks. I wonder if some of his tweets are him being drunk.
But he says he doesn't drink.
What are your thoughts on the horny 13-year-olds in the live chat who are making disturbingly perverted comments about your body? This is the internet. Kind of have to expect them.
I don't think they know what to do with you. That's the funny thing. I was playing with balloon animals right beforehand, trying to learn how to make a wiener dog. This is what I do on a Friday night.
Girl, I don't even know it's a Friday. I can't even keep track of the days of the week anymore. Being a YouTuber, it's just every day feels like the same.
There is no weekend. Weekend is Monday sometimes, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Thoughts on Sam Hyde? Who's that? Just kidding.
Oh, he's fantastic. You need to just take 20 minutes out of your life and watch his 2070 paradigm shift. It's not working. Oh, there we go.
You should do a fan meetup in Europe. I would love to do that. I've never been out of the country, not even to Canada, which barely even counts as leaving the country.
Canada is not a country. One of my family members just got her citizenship to America this week. So my plan is to be sponsored down there, and then I'm going to live on welfare and sleep on the beach in Santa Monica.
Dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Fantastic. I'll get a dog. I'll just live on the beach.
Someone said they want to see our elbows. Here's my elbow.
But I haven't been working out as much.
Wait, I'll show you both, I guess. I have a bruise right here that I don't know what it's from. Let's see. Do I consider myself a libertarian? No, I'm not one of those people who desperately seeks like labeling all of my political views. I feel like sometimes if you look at the Twitter bios of like really politically active people, they remind me of SJWs in a way, in the sense that they'll have like anarcho this, you know, just this long list of political identities.
And don't you
And it
dare
just reminds
misgender
me.
them by calling an anarcho-capitalist a libertarian. Don't
Right,
you dare
right,
tell them that they're the wrong thing.
right.
Identify as anarcho-capitalist, and how dare you say anything
Mhm.
else?
Oh my God, I think I might have just, I hope I didn't just show, oh God, I don't want to get banned off YouTube. That was bad.
Sure what?
I think my top just might have went down a little too far, but I actually just saw it on the screen and nothing showed, so thank God.
Okay, so yeah, I need to put foundation. That is an old dancer's trick. Just make sure that there's foundation on everything. So
Yeah.
it's a fantastic old trick. Now I sound like a hoe. But what'd you do for
I had
Valentine's?
I had this genuinely like hoe friend who we'd go out together and I would like show up and like, I don't dress like super slutty, but I'm not like super conservative either. I'm just normal. But I go out with her and she would literally wear no top and just have like hearts over her nipples, heart stickers. And we would go into bars and it was the most ridiculous thing on earth, but I liked her. She was cool.
That's talent.
I
Talent in warm
know.
weather, I think.
Talent and warm weather, yeah. Let's see. Thoughts on Richard Spencer? I'd like to hear yours. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Richard Spencer because I've already talked about him in the stream.
I think I heard you before. Yeah, he follows me on Twitter as well, which makes me laugh. I live in like the dykey lesbian part of my city, so I always think it's funny that I'm like running an alt-right conspiracy in my bedroom in like pretty much the lesbian capital of my teeny tiny poor little city. I don't really get him. I've never listened to him speak. I don't know if he has any original ideas. His haircut precedes him. You know, nobody really cares what he has to say anymore. But I don't think he's really come up with anything new. I don't really know who he's reading either. A lot of these guys, I can't really tell if they're reading any of the new people. Like, you know, does he listen to Rush Limbaugh every day? Does he tune into, I don't know, Steven Crowder at night? What books is he reading? I don't really understand his point. Not that I really have one. I do anything.
The second you dropped. I heard everything though. So I've heard watched a couple videos of Richard Spencer's like interviews and speeches and stuff like that. Never really in entirety, but I've watched, you know, some things. And for me, a lot of people will see him as super extreme and whatever. To me, he's just the same as like all the Black nationalists you'll see, which is every fucking person in Black Lives Matter, but just the opposite, you know? I think he advocates for his race in the way that a lot of fucking people advocate for their race. I'm not necessarily mad at it. Some of the stuff I've heard him say is kind of like, stop. But
like
I've never heard anything that I've been like, oh, no, like never.
Like, what are some examples of the?
Like, he kind of has danced around certain questions he'll get about like the forcible removal of minorities, like at some point in the future. He doesn't advocate for it, but he's kind of implied that like in like 100 years or so or something, I'm not saying this verbatim, he's kind of implied that it would be acceptable to do that, which is kind of like, that'll never happen, so why even talk about it? But I've never heard him say anything so fucking crazy that I haven't heard other, you know, people spouting off identity politics say. So
I guess it's even hard to make any predictions. Like, in the next 100 years, this will happen. It's like, well, okay, you're going to be dead by then. So I guess you can almost say anything. In 100, I saw a news story today about a drone that was used to shoot fire to get rid of some garbage on some power lines. So for me, I'm more concerned about what's going to happen in 100 years with Skynet than I am with brown people.
hmm
Do you have any robots? Do you get any any of those robot vacuum cleaners? Do you rely on any like Skynet technology in your life?
No, I don't.
What could turn on you if there was an uprising tomorrow? What would turn
Yeah,
on you?
that one movie, I, Robot with Will Smith. I used to have the biggest crush on Will Smith when I was little, and I'd watch his videos. I would watch like scenes with him shirtless, and I'd be like getting my life as like a 9-year-old in my room.
Harsh, like what on VHS?
Yeah. No, I'm not that old, honey. When I was 9, there was definitely DVDs were out.
Oh my gosh. Ugh,
How old are you?
Now I feel I'm 29.
You do
But
not
I've
look
stayed out of
29.
the sun, so I have a vitamin D deficiency.
You have to. You're so
I'm
pale.
It's very, very
What's-
true. It would ruin my hair and it would ruin my skin if I ever went out.
I wish I could be platinum blonde. I mean, I know I technically could, but like, I don't really know if I should kill my hair in that way for something I don't know will look good or not.
I don't know. I was blonde when I was a kid, so I knew it would look good. So what are people talking about? Brazil? Something about Pepe?
Thoughts on Alex Jones? I like Alex. Shu tweeted something about him just being like the internet's crazy uncle, and I totally agreed. He's like the lovable, crazy ass uncle who some of the stuff he says is like, yes, that's very true, Uncle Alex. And some of it's like, calm down, Uncle Alex. That's how I feel. And
I've never watched him until I saw him on Joe Rogan.
really,
I've just kind of avoided him. I guess here in Canada, it's easy to avoid some of the larger figures. I
yeah.
was kind of
He does like a lot of conspiracy type videos. He's always done that. That's always been his thing. And I remember being like 13, watching him talk about how everyone's going to be loaded up into FEMA camps. And so that's why when I did my interview with him last year, it was like this weird first full circle moment of me being like an adult on his show talking to him. And like, I used to like be terrified by this man telling me that I was going to go to a FEMA camp and get a fucking chip in my arm.
I can't remember anything like explosive that he said. It was kind of funny to see him just like in this cloud of marijuana smoke and just like knocking back the whiskey. It's like so that much I can very much respect him with Rogan. I like it. Rogan seems always high at his power level. He seems to be, I don't know, maybe he's not the smartest guy, but he seems to read. I feel like he's the kind of person who just reads something new every day, where he's always just reading a whole bunch of new things that are,
Yeah.
could be interesting. He seems to have a wide kind of net over what he understands, but he doesn't have like a deep understanding of anything.
Yeah, he seems like one of those people who like knows a lot about a lot of things, but doesn't know everything about one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I guess there's nothing wrong with being good at a whole bunch of things. That's how I guess
Yeah.
that's probably what makes you a good interviewer if you know a little about a lot.
Yeah, and it's kind of shows in like his career where he's done so many things. He's not just the host on a radio show. He's done a lot of different things. I remember him on Fear Factor. I had a crush on him too on Fear Factor.
Who didn't you have a crush on? Okay, who else were your celebrity crushes? I was more of like the Leonardo DiCaprio generation, which like
Oh,
hurts
girl, no.
as an adult.
No, my mom had a crush on Leonardo DiCaprio. I never liked her. I thought his head was a little too round.
So I was like 10 at the time.
I just watched Titanic again like a couple weeks ago. I was crying like a baby, but
it's a great movie.
I wouldn't know. I found his face to be a little too round for me. I like more of like a square jaw and like a I don't know. Who did I like? Okay, this actually sounds hypocritical because this is like a pretty wishy, but I had a crush on Zac Efron for a long time.
Which one is he? Was he the one in
Zac
Twilight
Efron
or
is
the
the
one in
one.
High School Musical?
High School Musical.
Okay.
I didn't like him back then because he looked like a little like twink, but I liked him once he got older and like hairier, and he just was better.
Okay, so you're not into the twink category, more of a. So he wasn't in Twilight?
No, Yeah, I've seen Twilight. Well, no, I haven't actually seen Twilight like fully. I've seen like clips and stuff. I was never that person. Were you that person? Did you like Twilight?
No, I've never read it. I saw one of my girlfriends had the book, and I questioned her about it, and she said I had a long flight. Okay, I was like, and then I ignored it for a few years, and then it's just everywhere. And I think I've kind of ridden out the wave. I understand Harry Potter very well, so I can't keep up with modern politics.
Fuck. Harry Potter was such a huge part of my childhood, and I feel like it's just like my childhood is being assassinated lately. I can't.
It's like Dementors are coming after you because you have wrong think. They're trying to suck out your
Yes.
wrong thinking soul.
I don't want to be sucked, you guys.
Lies, lies and slander.
Let's see some more questions. I want to meet you when you come to New York. Okay, let's meet.
They keep asking about Ben Shapiro and abortion, so I don't know what's in their heads. But I thought you already talked about
I've answered both of those. With Ben Shapiro, I just want to hug him. He's like really icy, and it makes me just want to hug him. And he's my height.
So. One of my emails. Oh my gosh, how tall is he really? Because I was emailing him a bit last week. He hasn't got back to me. But it's almost Sabbath, so he won't get back to me.
Did you ask him his height in the email?
No.
I've heard that he's 5'6", and I'm 5'5". So
the rumors are true.
If the rumors are true. I mean, I've seen pictures of him with people who are like 5'9" and he's shorter. So I think it's verified that he's 5'6", which is totally fine. You know, I want to hug him because he's very icy, and I want to make him fall in love with a tranny.
Oh, Ben, it's so
Do you like him?
to judge people. Yeah, yeah, like, you know, a bit off.
Oh yeah, you told me that thing.
Yeah, he's been kind of fun to tweet with. He's a good sport, but he's also a never Trumper. But I'm willing to let in the never Trumpers back into my heart. As somebody who is always Trump, who has multiple Trump hats, even though I live in Canada.
Yeah, you gotta love anyone who is able to communicate and have friends and joke around with someone who's politically opposed to them, because it's very, very rare. I've lost so many friends, so I would never be mad at someone just for being a never Trumper.
I know is it just, do you find it really difficult to judge people's heights because everybody lies? If a guy's like 5'10", he'll say that he's 6 foot.
Oh yeah. Guys will always go up an inch, and girls tend to, I don't know, do girls go down an inch? I guess I don't have experience with girls lying to me. How tall are you?
I'm pretty okay. I'm 5'2", so I can't tell how tall anybody else is, even though I usually wear heels. Everybody's just vaguely taller than me.
See, I'm just at that height where if I don't wear heels, I'm usually shorter than most people. It's only like people like you that I am taller than, because you're very short. But in general, like, I'll never really interact with men who are shorter than me ever, which is nice. But it also means if I wear heels, I'm going to end up being the same height as them, or like maybe even like a little bit taller. So it's like frustrating to be this height. I wish I was just like 2 inches shorter, or even just 1. But I don't mind it because half these trannies are like 6'4" walking around. So.
Oh God, I know it's so unfair. Yeah, I remember when trannies were even called trannies. That's how old I am. I remember when they were just the men who dressed up as women, who were like in the bars and had, you know, better wax jobs than me.
Yeah.
Everything's all changed now.
The game is fucked up though, because every surgery you want to get is like 10 times the price now because it's so popular to be trans. Oh, wow. You have Caitlyn Jenner and fucking like to get like a little bit of face work done, it used to be like $10,000. You're looking at like $35,000 now to get the slightest work done.
What would you even have to get done? Like, I don't know if you're just like contouring really well, or if you just never turn to like one side, and maybe you just have a giant nose and none of us have ever found out.
No, they're just like little things that like I would tweak like on my face. I'm not going to get into it. It's kind of, you know, a lot of people watching. I'll tell you later. But there's little things I would tweak that cost a lot of money. Let's see. Shane, latest tweet. Let me go look at Shane's latest tweet. Everyone's saying to go look. Well, one person.
Who or what is Shane?
Shane Dawson.
Who or what is a Shane Dawson? Oh, he's he's the liar YouTube fella who was just like, I was kicked out for being gay. And he's like, no, I wasn't.
Shane's my friend. So
I stick by what I say.
I didn't really know what. Yeah, I didn't really know what happened with that situation, but I do know that after that happened, I talked to Shane and he was very upset that it got to the level it did. And he was drunk, and we all have those nights, but not all of us have millions of people following us. So that's kind of what I think of that situation.
Understood. Oh man, the world is way too small. It's terrifyingly too small.
It is.
It's too easy to know these people on a personal level.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Thoughts on the Vape Nation?
Vaping is degenerate.
My boyfriend vapes. I love how everything that Margaret keeps saying is like offending the closest people in my life. And I'm just like, that's my friend. My boyfriend does that.
What I think is really interesting about vaping right now in the States, there's a bunch of battles about whether or not it should be legal to do it in this way and how it should be classified, yada yada yada. But nicotine is actually an incredibly useful anti-inflammatory. So like nicotine is used to treat a few inflammatory diseases. And it's almost as good as some steroids in that respect. So there are like medical groups saying, please let us vape, because there's a whole bunch of people self-medicating with vaping.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I think it's an age difference thing though, because I don't know, nobody in my age group vapes. So even just like those few years, just everybody like in my age group either just smokes or doesn't smoke. None of the vaping.
I find a lot of like younger people are vaping lately for some reason. Let me see. It's so hard to get with this chat, you guys. Like, what are your thoughts on the overusage of the terms cuck and libtard? I don't really use those terms. I think I called Onision a cuck in a video, but I think that's the only time I've ever said it.
I know literal cucks, so I only ever use it unironically.
Yeah, it's a thing. People are cucks out here.
Yeah, like I live in a small city, so I know what everybody, even though I'm not on FedLife, I know what everybody does on FedLife. So I do know that some of my friends are actual legitimate cucks.
Oh, is FetLife that like fetish, like a dating site or something?
Yeah, and apparently half the people in my town are on. I don't know what's happening in Canada. Why it's so degenerate. But yeah, everybody out here seems to be on FedLife, and yeah, just a whole bunch of people I know IRL are just into that sort of cucking thing.
People keep asking, do I meet people in Chico, where I'm from? I would definitely consider it. I just rarely get people from Chico wanting to meet up, or people who watch me from Chico. But if you watch me and you live in Chico, I think the best way to get in contact with me is adding me on Snapchat. Actually, that's probably one of the hardest because I get a lot of snaps. Maybe my email. Email me.
Somebody asked thoughts. Somebody asked thoughts on Insane Clown Posse.
Oh my god, bitch. Okay, I have a story. So I'm from Northern California, and there is ICP bitches here, and no shade if you guys like ICP. I've never really heard their music. Maybe they make good music, but their fans are just like off the chain. Like, I remember one time I was walking down the street, just like in Red Bluff, California, if anyone knows where that's at. And there was this couple, a man and a woman, and they're walking towards me on the sidewalk, and they're both just like painted up as clowns. And I was so terrified, and like, because you could tell they weren't like clowns like on their way to like a kid's birthday party. They're wearing like nasty clothes and just like painted up. And I literally was so shook. I just like got my taser out of my purse and just walked with it on my side, because I was like, oh hell no. This is not going to be my last day getting jumped by some fucking ICP bitches in Red Bluff, California. No, thank you.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Imagine me versus two ICP bitches tasing
Juggalos.
him. Juggalos. Yeah, juggalos. That's the word.
insane mind posse. Oh my god.
Let's see. Everyone keeps asking my lipstick. It's Caramello by Stila. I feel like I just need to mention it in every video because I wear the same one all the time and everyone always asks.
Is that a Stila lip liner? I mean, eyeliner?
No, it's a Stila liquid lipstick.
Okay. Oh no, I mean, but on your eyes, do you have the Stila eyeliner?
Oh, no, I use Kat Von D on my eyes.
Okay, I haven't tried her eyeliner yet. I find her
Yeah,
shadows are really like folly outy.
Yeah. Her eyeliner is like, it's amazing. Your eyelids have to be dry for it to really work well, but I've had the same tube of eyeliner from her for like 6 months and it just keeps working and I have no idea how or why. But it keeps working.
If it works, who cares?
Yeah. Although that's probably unsanitary. You should probably replace it every few months.
I think every 3 months is when you're supposed to replace it, but
Yeah, I haven't died yet, so have at it, kid.
It's safe. You've given it the seal of approval.
Mm-hmm. Blair, would you be opposed to a little PM from me concerning a rather private situation I feel you are best suited to assisting me with? That's very, very vague, but yes, you can definitely privately contact me for that if you want to email me.
How many dick pics do you get?
It's kind of bad. Like, it's kind of a lot. Like, I can't open my Snapchat in public because if it's not a dick pic, it's like something raunchy. I get vag pics.
How do you take a picture of a vag? Like, how do you light it? That's my question.
I don't know. You just like put your legs in the air.
But you'd have to have like 2-point lighting at least.
Yeah,
Like an
you
overhead.
would. Or put a mirror on the ground and stand above the mirror.
Yeah, do the ass grass squat, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm overthinking it.
Are your boobs real? Yes. Margaret's aren't though. Just kidding. They probably are.
I would be eaten out of house and home if I had to pay for these. I would be in so much debt if I had to pay for these.
Yeah. I do want to get bigger ones though.
Like how big? Like 32D?
I'm like a small B and I want like a large C. It's a little bigger.
Sounds comfy.
Big comfy. What are your thoughts on Tyler Oakley's latest tweet about oppression? I'm sure it was some stupid shit. He's the same person who thinks that it's racist to not date black people, so.
They just throw that word around. They ran out of things to be upset about. There's nothing left to be upset about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at this Tyler Oakley now. Why does he look like an Ellen DeGeneres ripoff? Why does he look older than Ellen?
He looks like Ellen DeGenerate.
What?
The chat is
Privilege
full of
thinking to
niggers.
be called racist, fascist, sexist is oppression while not having to face actual effects of racism / fascism. Oh god, I hate these people.
People just
They're
love
so
to call everything fascism now. It's like you stub your toe, fucking fascist ass Trump did it.
Well, everybody who was in World War II is dead now. So they feel all right calling everybody literally Hitler and literally fascist.
Mm-hmm. Because no one can get mad about it.
Because a grandpa won't overhear it and be like, come over here, kid. I have to teach you a lesson.
What's worse, transgender children or Hillary being president? I mean,
Did they say transgender kids or Hillary president?
Yeah. Hillary, obviously. I mean, that would affect more people. There's not a lot of trans people or kids, but y'all know my stance on the tranny kids too. People like to spin it like I'm attacking trans kids like as people, and I'm not at all. Like I actually have a lot of trans kids who message me and they're very sweet little kids. It's just my opinion on permanently changing your body as a minor.
What do you think about fat kids? Do you think that counts as child abuse as well?
Gas them.
Still the one thing nobody's ever allowed to talk about. Obesity.
Yeah, I think if your kid's obese at 8 years old, it's your fault, you know. Short of having some kind of condition, which is rare in and of itself. Obviously, if your kid's a fat fuck, that sounds so mean. But if your kid's really fat at a really young age and unhealthy, it's your fault because they can only eat what you give them.
Just so sad. There's nothing sadder than seeing like an overweight kid eating junk food. It's like, where are your parents at?
I know.
How else are they screwing you up if they think that's all right?
Yeah, it is sad. Take a shot every time Blair fixes her hair. Don't do that. You will die of alcohol poisoning. What's your advice to someone who wants to make YouTube videos similar to yourself and she won't head? My advice is just jump into it and do it because I wanted to do YouTube for quite a while before I actually did it. And then once I did it, it was like everything just took off really quickly. Not to say that it will necessarily for you. Like there are people whose build up is very slow, but it's just about getting over the initial fear of doing it. Because, you know, it can't happen for you if you're too scared to start. And don't be too concerned with like having like excellent equipment right off the bat because no one does. My first video was like a really shitty webcam with horrible lighting and Windows Movie Maker as an editor. So you can put together a video doing with anything.
Everybody's first videos are going to be shit.
Oh yeah, I've never seen someone's first video who's good. And although there are some people who now go into YouTube like as celebrities, and so they go into it like they already are like mainstream celebrities. But if you're just a person,
if you're creating anything, like the first few things you make are always going to be awful. First few times you try to bake, it's going to be awful. First few times you're going to try to cook, it's going to be awful. You just have to get over that initial hump.
Yeah. And then if you like love it and you love what you're doing, then it just is going to come really easily after that. And it's very exciting. Sometimes I wish I could go back to like when I first started YouTube because I still love it and it's still like what I love doing. But there was something very special about like the first few videos you put out. I don't know. Like it's just very special.
Aww.
Margaret is big boobs. Margaret is big boobs.
Yes, that is my name. Actually, my nickname in university, it took a few years before it finally came back to me because somebody accidentally called it to my face, and everyone else was like, like she didn't know that we've been calling her that. But it was conservatives, which combined my two biggest assets. How I was the only person who was right wing, and I was the only person with that who couldn't see her feet.
There's power in that, honey. Tickle my pickle, mommy. Pay me. Where are you guys on the political spectrum? Where are you?
I think the spectrum is wrong. I don't understand the authoritarian or libertarian thing. I think it's either just right or left. So I would just consider. And then I live in Canada, which is kind of a sin. It's kind of lame up here. Constitutional monarchy. So I would say that I'm very far right. I like having my my bucktooth British monarchy, and I like everything to do with conserving things and to not make changes unless somebody goes through hell before proving that it has to be made. So I don't really understand libertarian and authoritarian. That just seems like a squishy addition.
Yeah. I think what's interesting is I've always kind of heard that the older you get, the more you start creeping more and more right. And I actually find that to be true. I find myself holding a lot more conservative opinions now than, say, when I was a teenager. I guess a lot of people describe me as center right. I don't mind it, but I don't overthink where I'm at either. I just kind of take each issue as it comes, and my opinion's my opinion. And wherever you think I fall, I fall.
How dare you? I've got to put you in a box, or else how else are we going to describe you to somebody else?
Yeah.
If we say you need to watch Blair White on YouTube, she's
a Nazi.
What do you even say? Oh yeah, she's a total Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh, that'd be a great YouTube video to come out with next. Just full of paraphernalia.
There's actually like a fetish for tranny Nazis. I'm not even kidding. Someone told me about it. And there's like porn
Oh yeah,
videos.
someone. Wink, wink.
Yeah. No. It's true. Someone like told me about it. That like tranny Nazis are like a thing. You know, I've actually talked to like 2 real Nazis in my life, at least people who like identify with like being a Nazi, minus the hating minorities part, which is interesting. And they're very different from all the people who are getting called Nazi these days, which is anyone to the right of Joy Behar, basically.
Well, Nazis call me a Jew lover because I support Israel, and then lefties call me a Nazi. So I don't know who to believe.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm always
not want me.
I feel like that too. Like I feel like I'm so often just like caught in the middle, getting shit from both sides because like a lot of people on the right, if they're like really hardline social conservatives, like really hate me because I'm a tranny, and then a lot of people on the left, most people on the left, hate me because of my opinions. So it's like, where do I go?
Straight to hell, I guess.
Straight to hell, yes.
It's the only place for you. Too many questions.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to answer just a couple more questions and then I have to go because I didn't realize how late it was and I do have to edit my video for tomorrow.
Okay, then I'm going to hop on stream and everybody can come bother me, play Overwatch on my new channel for the very first time because I have an amazing new rig.
Yeah, everyone should follow Margaret after this stream. Why don't I leave my house much? Because it's scary. Why would you leave your house? I do leave my house every day just for like a random put your hair in a ponytail and fucking go to the store type shit. But I don't know. I'm not a big go out to clubs, go to bars type of person.
Somebody asked thoughts on Margaret. Fucking hate that bitch sometimes. Totally.
I think she is big boobs. That's what I think. Thoughts on Samantha Bee? Cancer. I hate Samantha Bee.
Yes, I just registered a new Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/yesmargaret.
And that's where you guys should be going after this.
It's the thing that everybody's been telling me whenever I start talking politics. It's just yes, Margaret. Just please stop talking.
Yes, Margaret.
You're looking for a new graphic designer, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking for people, especially like cartoonists, for like merch designs for shirts. That's what I'm looking for currently.
Okay, are you just gonna have like 2 genders for the shirts, just like women and men only?
Yeah, I think we're gonna stick with 2 genders, you know. I have like a really funny idea to like troll Riley Dennis with a shirt, but you guys will see that. And I think I should probably hop off here, guys, because it's gotten really late and I'm starving and I have to edit. But thank you, Margaret, for coming in and hanging out. You made it a lot more fun.
Yay.
And thank you for everyone for sticking around. The view count's been pretty steady the whole time, so I feel like everyone just kind of stayed, which is cool. And yeah, that is all, folks.
Bye.
Watch my new video first thing tomorrow morning, please. If you don't, we're not friends anymore. Not you, Margaret, everyone else, but you too. And after this stream, follow Margaret to her Twitch, which is, remind them again the link.
Twitch.tv/yesmargaret.
Yes, that's where you go after this. And yeah, bye everyone.